Weakness blames. Strength accepts responsibility, even when it is really hard. I should know. And I think there's a lot of people that know. People in the military, people who keep a family alive or keep themselves alive. You can't afford to blame the world when your most immediate concerns could mean life or death. Weakness will get you killed. Strength just might save your life. That's just a fact of nature. And the current debacle unfolding in Afghanistan is yet again another reason why our current administration, the Biden/Harris administration, is a farce of epic proportions. We now have far left-wing ideologies running this country, but not just from the government, from big tech. Even corporations are on board with this. Institutions like the APA and so on and so forth. I mean, they talk about systemic racism, which is just really the hammer and chisel of division with left-wing radicals, when the actual systemic problem lies with them, the left. People that espouse this ideology and will, basically, they'll defend it. They'll double down, triple down. And you saw that very apparent in the, I have to admit, well-written, but again, largely lacking in self-aware speech that Biden was reading off the teleprompter when he gave his brief, countenance to this issue. And then he left for Camp David after that without taking questions. This lackadaisical approach to governance is not only apparent in his foreign policy, but is very clear-cut with the damage he has caused to our country, in general. I was never a big fan of Trump as a person. What I was a fan of was that he actually seemed and genuinely showed that he cared about his nation. He recognized that this was the bedrock from which his family and himself became rich. Much like the elites that live in our country today, it's kind of interesting when you see people with millions, possibly billions of dollars in wealth condescend to people who are struggling and tell them that they just need to listen to what everyone's telling them to do because they know better than us. That is a very common theme. Biden, in this case, actually in this speech owned his, I own this. Yeah, well, good for you. But here's the thing. Owning a ridiculous, poorly executed withdrawal plan from Afghanistan that's costing people's lives, creating mass hysteria, entrapping people within the Kabul airport is, that's not helping. Your political rhetoric, just like your political rhetoric, we need to start being a lot more critical of the people that we put in positions of authority. The time has come for us to look at the people, not the party. Because quite frankly, I'm a little sick and tired of the whole Republican versus Democrat dialectic in our public square. Remember, in this republic, the will of the people determines who governs. The Democratic Party would very much like you to forget that fact. We need to remind them